Welcome back to another episode of DB Sports. We're going to review the fights that happened over the weekend. We had Rose Namajunas versus Maverick and Buckley versus Usman. Let's go over it quickly. We had Rose versus Maverick. It was a really good fight. Rose did a lot of point fighting. Maverick, I think should have did what she did in the second round, in the first round, starting the fight, just making it ugly on her, but she didn't. She tried that third round, would have had a little bit of success, but nothing too crazy. But Rose pulled it out. I believe 2 out of the 3 judges had it, Rose winning all the rounds. I don't know about that one so much. I would have had Rose 29-28. I think Rose won the first and the last round. But it was a good, entertaining fight. Rose, I don't know where Rose goes from here because she's kind of at a weird little stage. But I probably would put her against Alexis Grasso. That would be a really entertaining stand-up fight, in my opinion. Even though I think Rose might win that with her touching and move, constantly touching and moving. But that was a good fight. I know they're a former teammate, so made it a little tricky on them. But it was a good win for Rose to continue putting herself in good positions to go eventually for the title. And then for the main event, we had Usman versus Buckley. I think the whole world thought Buckley was going to win because he's a young up-and-coming guy. You could tell at 170, there's a whole new batch of new dudes coming in. All the guys that were before, from the Kobe Covingtons, Wonder Boys, Masvidals, Leon Edwards, they all been losing to the young guys. You could clearly tell it's the new generation coming up. So everybody thought Usman was going almost nearly 2 years off already since the comes out fight. They thought he was gonna get ran over. So I think everybody thought Usman would get ran over by Buckley, or at least Buckley would win the fight. It's the new generation coming up. But no, Usman still showed some old Usman. He wanted to let the world know because the whole world kept on making fun about his knees. He has no more knees. He's going to get beat up, probably even knocked out to Buckley. But no, didn't happen. He came out there from that first round, took him down, kept him down, and just said, nope, this old dog still is in here. He's not going to let this young lion beat him. I do think Buckley kind of messed up the moment. This was his moment right here to put himself up there with the Ian Garys, Sean Brady's, to be one of the top next guys. Probably even put himself in there again, a chance to go against one of them, and he didn't do it. He fumbled the bag, you could say. Right there, it looked like he didn't really work on his defense of getting taken down. I don't think he expected to be taken down. I think he thought it was going to be easier. Even though that fifth round, the coach told him to do a certain adjustment, and he made the adjustment. And Usman couldn't take him down no more. But he just wouldn't let his hands go. Especially at the last 30 seconds. You just would look at Usman like, why aren't you letting your hands go? You know personally, you lost 4 rounds. Only a knockout would win this fight for you. You need a knockout. And yet you just stay looking at him. And he could have went for a knockout more better. He was like windmilling the hell out of these punches for whatever odd reason, like ugly windmills. And were like no type of good windmills. It was just some ugly shit that he was doing. But now Usman did a good job. I know he's calling for the championship. He says, especially if the 155-pound champion wins against the champion at 170, he feels it should be the pound-for-pound versus the former pound-for-pound. I don't know if he'll quite get that, but it wouldn't surprise me in UFC because that sells. Especially if Khabib's brother wins. That would sell. But again, I don't know. I don't put him ahead of Ian and Sean Brady, especially not above Sean Brady. Or Shafkat, because there's still Shafkat out there. But my personal opinion, you put Usman versus Shafkat, Ian Gary versus Sean Brady. Any of those 4, honestly, against each other. It's what it should be. And then somehow whoever wins the best or most convincing out of those 4 dudes get the title shot next, honestly. Or you put him against Bilal. Bilal and him have all this shit talking they've been doing this whole time. Allegedly did a podcast with each other. And somehow allegedly they threw hands with each other. So he has a lot of options. Do I think he should get the title shot next? No, but it wouldn't surprise me.